So what brought me joy in this past academic year?
What has brought me joy in the past academic year?
So what do I have to be joyful about in the past academic year?
Well, since I'm faculty, they don't actually allow me to experience joy. I don't think it's in the contract.
I think two things that have brought me joy. Number one is a return to some semblance of health after my heart attack, which took a lot of work. But the other thing that brings me joy almost all the time, not just in this academic year, is my granddaughters, because their sense of wonder, their sense of excitement at everything they encounter is contagious, and they just have a sense of joy that transfers to other people.
At the University of Findlay, I've seen a lot of students doing great in classes, but also like getting into graduate programs, professional programs, vet school, things like that. And so I just seeing the success that students are having and being able to go out and get great jobs and things like that. That's a real joy, a real pleasure for me to have to see as an educator at the university.
Seriously though, when I think about experiencing joy in academic life, I think about those everyday conversations that I'm able to have with colleagues and with students. I work with some amazing colleagues. One of those colleagues is Dr. Louis Stolman. And if you haven't had a chance to take Dr. Stolman as a professor, you really should do yourself a favor and take Dr. Stolman. Sitting down with them, we were talking about concepts of tolerance in our current political and social culture. And as I had the conversation, I just thought, this just brings me great joy to have the opportunity to sit with great minds like him and think about how we can take the insights that we have and affect the community around us, how we can take that information and affect lives of those who we come in contact with.
Well, my husband and I are realizing that we're going to be empty nesters. We're going through a transition phase. We have great joy as we dream about our future together, about buying an RV, vacationing, maybe getting new jobs. And part of the joy is reflecting back on how God has provided for us in the past, and that God is in the choices and the opportunities that we have in our future together.
In the past academic year, I would say that the joy that I found is seeing students on campus proudly wear their Christian shirts. I'm proud of our student body and their willingness to stand out from the crowd, their willingness to put on display just their love of God. And it makes me feel joy to see our young people stand out and proclaim their love for God.
I've seen joy in a lot of different areas this past year, but I think probably the most recent one was after I started posting devotions on the bulletin board in the barn. One of the students left me a note that said, love these, just simply love these. And that just made my day. It said to me, I felt like God was telling me, you're doing the right thing, keep it up. So that's where I've seen joy recently.